Yo, what's up guys? So this is not game number 2, this is set number 2 or battle number 2 or whatever you want to call it of my YouTube tournament battles. So today I'm facing Anacondaz, which is also Aliens Rock 50. And as you can tell, like I was saying before, I am playing on low quality, so if you do notice a difference, yes I am. And I don't think that's a total bad thing. Normally I'm not going to do that. I'm not changing to that all the time. I'm just doing it for the tournament because I really want to win. And we play 3 games today, so you guys will see some pretty interesting stuff. Nothing really too special going on, to be totally honest with you guys. I think I do the exact same strategy pretty much all 3 times. I'm going to do pretty much the same strategy almost the entire tournament, and the only thing you guys will see different is me doing a couple different random things with my farms, or different random things with what balloons I send out, depending on what I actually want to do to beat him, or to help me survive even longer. And it does, of course, depend on the level a little bit. This level is usually the level that you play to get to the farthest levels, but it seems like every once in a while you play games on this that your enemy is planning on getting really far, so they go too much economy and it ends up overwhelming them, and then they aren't able to survive. So he's going with his cannon strategy, which has been, I don't know, maybe famousized. I don't know if you could consider it famous, but a lot of people know about it, and I really don't see it too often though. I do see boomerang strategy quite often though. I mean, obviously everybody pretty much uses boomerangs, just about, except for a random few people here. So, of course, because I'm playing low quality, you can fit lots more farms, guys. I've just heard word that you can probably fit around 6 farms on this map, on low quality, but on high quality you can only fit 2, maybe 3. I've heard somebody say they can fit 3, but I've never fit 3 on high quality, ever. I just can't seem to do it, or maybe I just don't spend enough time getting the perfect placement, which is nearly impossible anyways. But of course on round 6 I'm like, I'm going to send up blacks as fast as possible, hopefully do some damage to him, have his mortar not be strong enough and miss a couple of the blacks, and that's exactly what happened. I made him lose quite a few lives. He did not falter though and move his mortar. I know a lot of people try and do that, a lot of people try and move their mortar as soon as they start seeing black balloons just to get them all, and then eventually it starts overwhelming them and just completely destroys them. I did stop sending blacks out though, because I didn't want to spend too much money on the blacks, because I didn't think I was going to actually kill him, especially because he had 2 cannons now, and he had his mortar upgraded, I think, to 2-3, so I don't think any blacks could have possibly gotten through. And that includes regrow blacks as well on this level. On this level, regrow blacks I do not think can actually get through, but I did send out a couple just to check, and maybe have him upgrade some of his towers and have him waste a little bit of money. But in the process, I also got attacked, guys. So when you get attacked with regrow whites or regrow blacks or whatever they are, you gotta be a little bit careful. And I don't understand the difference between regrow whites and regrow blacks. I think it's actually better to send out regrow blacks because they're cheaper, but some people tend to send out regrow whites, especially versus boomerangs and stuff like that. So, I mean, just a heads up, guys. I do recommend sending out blacks over whites. You can send out 4 regrow whites for $135, but 3 regrow blacks for $90. So it's $30 each compared to like $32 each. So they are cheaper. Of course, on level 10, got the monkey village up. His camo detection, of course, is going to be his mortar, and my camo detection is going to be my village. I think the village has better camo detection in general, but it is more expensive. You gotta pay $1,600 for the village, $1,000 for the first upgrade, and $2,000 for the second upgrade. So we're talking like, what is that? $1,600, $2,600, $4,600 just for camo detection. Kind of expensive, guys, but it does actually help out in the long run. But then here I go, and I just see his mortar was not upgraded in time, and I sent out a pink camo rush versus him. I believe this is the game, like, I'm not saying anything bad about him, but I believe this is the game that he said that lag like screwed him over, and his mortar should have hit those pink camo balloons, and I think we decided not to count that game. So I think that game actually did not count toward the tournament, but I at least wanted to show you guys. You have to have your camo detection ready. You really have to. And if you don't have your camo detection ready, you have to be able to upgrade it fast enough. And it seems like he just didn't upgrade it fast enough. But maybe lag did screw him over a little bit. So of course, we're playing the exact same level, so you guys are basically going to see almost the exact same strategy for for us. I do send out more blues against him this time, I believe. I think more blues is probably the way to go when you have cannons like that. He's got good cannon placement. He's been playing with this strategy quite a bit, but I think my boomerang placement's just a little bit better. So of course he mixes his reds and blues to try and make me lose a couple lives, and it's really not working too well. But he actually does get quite a few balloons through, and they do damage me. So this is when you guys should kind of worry about what you actually target your boomerang on. Sometimes it's better not to put them on first, not on last, but actually on close. So pay attention to that. I probably should have put them on close, but overall, it actually didn't hurt me that bad. I mean, 50 lives is not good to lose, but you know, it's not detrimental when you're playing this game. But it does limit your leeway on nuke going farms later, so you kind of got to be a little bit careful. Of course, he's got his 3-0 cannon, which 3-0 cannons are very, very good versus pink balloons. Pink balloons will probably easily get through. Or no, I'm sorry, pink balloons will never, almost never ever get through, except for random times when you either miss balloons or just randomly when you send out like one group of pinks and he doesn't have time to react, or it's shooting other balloons, it just doesn't pop the pinks in time. So it does happen every once in a while, but overall it's not worth your money to try and send pinks out at people unless you just like that little itty-bitty bit of economy. Though I prefer actually not going with that little itty-bitty bit of economy, going for mainly farms, and not sending out balloons if they're not going to damage my enemy. So blacks. Guys, of course, with 2-3 boomerangs, I want to destroy the blacks. You know, I'm barely going to ever let any of these guys through. They do let a couple through, but you know, it's usually not too big of a deal. If you're letting like 1 or 2 reds through, a couple greens, you know, I mean, 10, 15, 20 lives, and he's spending that much money, thousands of dollars on black balloons, it's just not worth it. For him anyways, it's worth it for me, obviously, because I feel like he's wasting money if he sends balloons out that late. So if you're noticing, a couple of people have brought it up to my attention that you maybe shouldn't use 5 towers. I'm not sure about that. Nobody really told me I couldn't use 5 towers. Aliens Rock 50 brought it up, but then I looked at the tournament rules and it said nothing about not using 5 towers, so I was kind of confused. In all of my games so far, I actually technically haven't used the 5th tower, so I mean, I guess that's a good thing, but if the tournament holder really does not want anybody to use 5 towers, let me know and I will not do it. But as of now, I'm going to keep using 5 towers because that's what I've been doing, and there's no rules against it. And if there's no rules against it, why should I not do it? What's going on now? So he gets his 4-2 cannon up pretty soon here. I do send out some regrow leads at him. So regrow leads, guys, those are usually kind of damaging. And the reason why he had to go for that 4-2 cannon and actually sell his farm was because of my regrow leads. So I definitely hurt his economy doing that. You know, people don't normally send out regrow leads, but when you have somebody who's going mostly cannons and a couple mortars, you can actually do some damage to him. So of course, got my cannon protection able to be upgraded whenever I need it. I have the money for it. And round 13 is that round where regrow ceramics comes. So I just say, you know what, screw this guy. I am going to attack regrow, not regrow ceramics, regrow rainbows. I'm sorry guys, regrow rainbows. I sent out massive amounts of regrow rainbows versus him. And he does get a 3-0 cannon up pretty darn soon, but it's just not enough. I make him lose quite a few lives here, and I think I overwhelmed him. That game, it seems like I might have actually he might have actually been able to survive that if he didn't lag as much as he did. But I was able to actually survive. I was actually able to see balloons going through, but I don't know if that was 100 balloons going through his side. You know, it was really close though. Overall, I mean, I can't complain about the win, but maybe he can complain about the loss. Though I don't think it was completely unfair. I do think it was maybe a little bit of lag. Lag sucks, guys. There's really nothing you can do about it. I feel like I'm going to lose some games because of lag, and I'm going to complain too. But, like I said, you really can't do too much about it. You can't just be like, well, you lost because of lag, let's replay the game. It's not really fair. So, of course, going with my same boomerang strategy here. I think it's the best thing to do, guys. If you notice, my same 5 towers. Freaking awesome. When I'm playing in my tournament, I'm going to go for the strategy that I think is, like I said, best. I'm not going for a strategy that I think is just going to work. I'm not going for new strategies. I'm going for the best strategy. and I really, really want to win this tournament, guys. I'm really hoping for it, and if there's any other tournaments in the future, I might try them out as well. So let's see how those go. If you look at his side, he's actually went with a 3-0 dart monkey, which is a catapult monkey. And catapult monkeys are good for round 1 or so. Once you get to round 4, they're not quite as good, but they still are somewhat effective. So I do send out a couple random pink balloons here, and I'm able to make him lose just a couple lives, but not really tons. Just a couple, guys. And, you know, I guess we're pretty even right now. I got my 2-3 boomerang up, which means he's probably going to have to get some sort of boomerang up pretty darn soon here, because I don't think he can survive blacks or lots and lots of greens or something like that with those 2 towers. So what he does is he does get a 3-0 boomerang, but if you look at it, it looks like he's hurting for economy. Looks like I've got 2 farms, he's got 1, at least for now, and it seems like I have a little bit of an advantage on him right now. Once the blacks come, though, I think he's going to probably have an advantage because he's got the 3-0 boomerang, and he doesn't have to upgrade anything for a while. While me, I cannot survive with just 2-3 boomerang. I'm going to have to get something else, guys. So, usually what I do is I end up getting a 3-0 boomerang, but it kind of depends on the level. Sometimes I go with another 2-3 boomerang, sometimes I go with another cannon, or a 3-0 cannon or something, and I don't remember what I go with this game. But I think I go with a 3-0 cannon or a 3-0 boomerang to start, and then I switch off and go to a cannon. So, pretty even right now, of course. You know, nothing too special going on though. I don't even know what to say at the moment. Of course, pretty even with lives. About 20 difference, but honestly, that's really not that much. If you're above 100, you guys aren't tied, but you're pretty much doing the same thing. Those 20 lives usually almost never matter, because it's usually one giant rush that's going to kill you. It's usually not one random balloon getting through, unless you're below like 20 lives by the end of round 6 or something. That's when those random 1, 2, 3 balloons end up getting through. So, he actually goes for a rush against me. I do not have enough money to upgrade, so he goes with a huge regrow white rush, and my 3-0 boomerang gets up just in time, and I'm losing lives, guys. I'm losing lots and lots of lives. Uh-oh, spaghettios. Am I gonna lose this game? Oh, no. Luckily, I'm able to fend off that attack. Just barely, actually. And then round 10, I see kind of a weakness in his defense. I notice that he really does not have some sort of detection, which is lead detection. He could upgrade his boomerang to 3-2, but a lot of people don't actually do that. So I start sending these guys out, hoping to do some damage to him, and not really planning to win, but at least doing some damage to him and making upgrade things that he wasn't really expecting. He does get a Juggernaut monkey, which is able to, you know, hopefully beat these guys, but it actually does not. Surprisingly, it doesn't actually beat him. Looks like it on my screen, but according to him, it looks like he must have missed or something like that a couple times. But that's the end of the game, guys. Have a good one.